somebody there. There's a zombie at my door. What do you mean he has... What's a Corona-19? I'm talking about the T-virus. I don't know what that is. I think you're making that up. What do you mean I should just stay inside before it's all over? I stay inside anyway. This is not an inconvenience. This is the best day ever. What am I gonna do though? I ran out of games. What do you mean I should play the Resident Evil games? They sound alright. Well, I might as well do a review, so I can have anything better to do. Oh, great. The power's out. This is pretty nice. Feeling pretty safe. Right, I'll get on that. I should have most of them. I seem to have a lot of things I don't play, so yeah, I'll call you later. Well, it looks as if we're all stuck inside because of some virus that isn't the T-virus. Doesn't explain that, but seeing as I'm in my safe room, I might as well talk about the Resident Evil games. It's a series I've never really been able to get into. I mean, I've liked the story, but I've never actually played through many of them, so let's see if that changes. I might as well talk about Resident Evil 1, but what's there really to say that hasn't really been said? Well, in my opinion, will probably not surprise you. Resident Evil, the game that made gamers around the world shit their pants when the dogs jumped through the windows. The first RE had one hell of a development period, starting its life as a remake of the Famicom game Sweet Home, directed by game designer Tokaru Fujiwara. This was one of the first survival horror games ever. Fujiwara was then tasked with recreating the horror of Sweet Home for the Super Nintendo, so we got Shinji Mikami to design the game, as he was infamous for being scared of everything, so he thought this would mean he'd know what was scary, making the game more scary. Fortunately, a new generation of consoles led to Resident Evil being made for the PlayStation 1, which led to the brilliant live-action opening and the most unbelievable video game voice acting you will ever hear.
What is this? What? What is this?
Wow! What a mansion!
Hope this is not Chris's blood. What is it? Whoa! This hall is dangerous.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
God, I love Barry.
Yeah.
Resident Evil has a very wonky atmosphere. The way everyone acts, along with the now odd pre-rendered backgrounds, makes the game have a very, very weird atmosphere. I get the game was scary back in 1996, but it really hasn't aged well, at all. People used to be scared of the game, and now we just can't stop laughing at it. So, what's the plot of Resident Evil? Well, the Raccoon City Police Department send the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, abbreviated as STARS, to investigate a series of brutal cannibalistic murders occurring in the Arklay Mountains nearby the city. So, the first team that gets sent up goes missing. This leads to our favourite characters being sent up to investigate what the hell's going on. The game is also set in the distant future, of 22 years ago. After our team of lovable simpletons are attacked by zombie doggos, they end up in a huge mansion infested with the dead, as well as big spiders, snakes, hunters, and Audrey too. Later in the game we learn that Wesker, the leader of STARS, is actually a secret asshole. I can't believe they trusted him anyway. He wears sunglasses at night.
At night.
We then learn that the mutated creatures and zombies are the result of inhumane experiments conducted in a secret lab underneath the mansion owned by the evil Umbrella Corporation. After this huge revelation, Wesker sets the ultimate bioweapon after our heroes. But before that, we have arguably the most unintentionally hilarious scene in any video game ever.
Chris? Stop it! Go to
Poor Wesker. He just wants you to look at his bioweapon. So insecure. The story isn't incredible, but as a first game in the series, it certainly sets up a great deal of potential for later games in the series. But one thing that isn't as good is the gameplay. The game uses tank controls, which I like, I really do. Tank controls often come packaged with fixed camera angles. I like the use of fixed camera angles, as they allow for some creative shots and allow for the use of impressive CG backgrounds, at the time at least, because due to the backgrounds in this game not being as advanced as the next two games, it does look kinda ugly on occasion. The game also makes use of an inventory system, which I don't think is as good as the other two PlayStation 1 titles. It just feels clunky and just isn't smooth at all. Another issue I have is with the puzzles. They're just a bit too cryptic. Obviously they're not impossible to figure out, I just don't think they're enjoyable. The puzzles are something that definitely got improved upon with the release of Resident Evil 2 and 3. There are also two playable characters in the game, Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield. Jill and Chris play the same, but the differences come with inventory space, the number of items laying around the mansion, and enemy difficulty. Jill is essentially the easy difficulty in the game, as she has way more inventory space compared to Chris. Not to say that it's easy, it's just significantly less challenging. Listen, this isn't going to be a popular opinion, but don't play the original Resident Evil, just play the remake. It's available on more consoles, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 even. The remake it has far superior gameplay, and obviously the graphics are significantly better. And you would not believe that the game came out in 2002. This time the atmosphere has aged incredibly well. For the longest time, this was by far the scariest game I'd ever played. Ever. The puzzles, however, I still don't like them in this game, especially in this game in particular. It may be worse in this game because there's more, they've put more in. They're both the kind of game that makes you scratch your head and question whether you're actually as smart as you once thought. So yeah, that's how I feel about Resident Evil. So I'm going to talk about basically almost every game in the mainline series. I might not talk about Resident Evil 6, there's not much to really say other than it's kinda crap and doesn't feel like Resident Evil. I might even talk about the Resident Evil 3 remake if I can get my hands on this foofing thing. So stick around for the month of Resident Evil and let's see if we can get through this stupid apocalypse. It's a real inconvenience to people that aren't as cool as me.